Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. I'm ready to do another tree of life, and if you haven't guessed yet, of course I want to do a fall season tree of life. So I'm going to be using some oranges and yellows and some awesome fall colors, and I'm going to put the sparkle in there that I did last week in episode 260. So I can't wait to get started. I'm just sketching out the tree trunk and the branches to start with. This substrate that I am working on, by the way, is not cardboard. This is wood. It's probably composite. That's what it looks like from the back. And it has a white finish on the front. But it's hard. It will support the glass. For this project, I'm going to be using quite a bit of scrap glass. This brown scrap glass I had actually set aside from last week on the trunk and just hadn't put it away yet. So it's perfect that I can just pull it out and use it on this trunk as well. There's a little bit of textured brown and there's some lights, some purples in there, just a little bit of variety. I have all of the trunk and branches done, and now I'm going to focus on pulling some bright oranges for the front and then some deep darker oranges and maybe even some browns to go behind. Here's my orange scrap bin, and I really am going to go for some bright colors. I like all these. That is gorgeous. This bright one. This is more of that one. These are a little too red, so that doesn't work. This is a little bit too solid. So that's a good place to start. I know I've got some iridized orange somewhere, so I'm going to go digging for that. All right, you guys, this was a little bit of a tricky one. I went through every single orange scrap bin that I had, and there is 0 iridized orange glass that I have. I do have iridized pink, I have iridized yellow, I have this, which I might use. So that means that I had to go to tiles and that sort of thing. I did find mirror and glowy and iridized. Even a little bit of Van Gogh that I think I will throw in there. So it tends to be a little bit more, I don't know, some of this is kind of more gold, but that's okay. I'll use that for the highlights. Here I go. so excited. I went to my toolbox for something else, and then I found these little dichro bits of glass that someone had given me a little while ago. In my toolbox, of course, is where I stored them, where I don't store any other glass. So I'm going to be throwing these in there. Perfect timing, too. Down to the hard part here. I mean, there's a little bit of area here where any piece will fit, but a lot of these areas, I either have to find the exact perfect piece from my pile or I have to nip it to fit. So I am going to add a little bit of dark under here, but I'm going to make myself wait and do that as a reward because that part will be easy. And in the meantime, I'm going to fill in all these little bits. Alrighty, here we are. I'm finished with the tree. I'm finished with the ground. And let me tell you, I have really pushed the color on this one. I pushed the yellows and the oranges. It's really very, very bright. Now, I want to show these two side by side. So besides the color, they are almost identical. I feel like I just did the same thing that I did last week. And so I want to do something a little bit different for the sky. First of all, this sky is like a regular blue with white in it, streaky. I'm going to go a little bit more turquoise with this one because I think it helps the orange pop. And I'm really wanting to push color here. And then instead of doing this kind of thing, instead I'm going to make it a little bit swirly this way. So let me draw some sketch lines and get started. Here I am again, ready to grout. It is the next day, so it's nice to let the weld bond dry overnight. And depending on what type of adhesive you use, the time can vary. So it's always good to let that adhesive cure or dry all the way before you grout, if you're going to grout. I'm using the same grout that I used last week on the green tree, and it is Caracolor black grout that I purchased earlier this year. Don't forget to use a mask when you mix it up. I like to use this Kemper finishing tool. It's a ceramic tool to spread the grout. And then this is called a mini crowbar that I purchased, and I like to use it. It has a lot of uses, but it's great when I'm grouting to clean out the corners. Let me get after it. My grout has slaked and I'm ready to go. You guys, I just cannot capture how sparkly this thing is and how much I love it. The light sort of glares off of it in the camera, but in person, it's so sparkly and pretty. I just love it. And here's the other one with it together. They make quite a pair. I love them. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.